Family reunions can be a great thing, but my all-time favorite part is the journey. Every year I travel through so many astonishing locations that never cease to amaze me. The trip from my North American home to my family reunion in Africa is quite lengthy, but catching up with old friends along the way is always fun. The first place I get to go through is a place completely surrounded by trees. The sun peeks through them and it usually starts to get chilly. The name of this place is a forest, and a forest is home to many of my friends like the grizzly bears, jaguars, and the monkeys. After the forest, I usually walk a good amount of hours, and along the way, I make sure to take enough water for me because my next stop is a very dry place. Can you guess where I am now? Yes, a desert. Deserts are very hot and dry. One plant that grows there is called a cactus. They store water inside of themselves in order to live, since the desert gets little to no rain. Some animals I come across while I am there are snakes, camels, scorpions, and lizards. Continuing my journey after the desert, the sight of water is exciting. This is because the place I arrive at is a swamp. A swamp is a type of wetland, and it really is just that, a wet land. I usually have to be careful when I bend down to drink some water, because I remember the first year, I carelessly bent down to get some water, and a crocodile popped out. We're friends now, but at the time, he scared me. Walking through the swamp, I also met hippos, frogs, and beavers. Their home is very moist. At some point, I have to leave my crocodile friend to start my 3-day trek to my next stop. As I get closer to my destination, it gets colder to the point where all I see is snow and ice, and balancing my long legs on the ice is extremely tricky. Even after all these years, I haven't got the hang of it. When I first went there, I slipped and was met with a mouthful of fur and a very displeased polar bear. So now, I try to be more cautious. In the tundra, other beautiful but scary animals are white wolves, Arctic foxes, and Arctic hares. My last stop before I get to my family reunion is my all-time favorite, the ocean. I can't help but remember the first year I left the tundra and didn't expect my next stop to come so soon. Because the next thing I knew, oh no! The ice below my hoofs started to crack, and into the water I went, plummeting deep into the ocean. I looked around as I swam under the water, and I saw a huge school of small fish. Not only that, but there were whales, sharks, jellyfish, dolphins, sea turtles, and so many more. According to the stingray I talked to, there are hundreds of thousands of marine life forms, plus many, many more undiscovered ones, too. Turns out, around 70% of Earth's surface is covered by oceans. It turned out that the one place that I accidentally encountered sooner than I thought is my favorite place to pass through. All of those breathtaking places usually leave me exhausted. Being back in a habitat like my own makes me glad. Goodness, it may be great visiting all of those different animals in their habitats, but all that time away from home makes me miss the hot climate and the great open land full of grass and scattered trees. Not only that, but seeing all of the familiar faces of elephants, zebras, tigers, cheetahs, and most importantly, my giraffe family, gives me the best feeling by far.